Look at Salty. Salt's ready to do a repotting too. Hey Planty People, what's up? It's Double Wing. I finally got around to getting some new pots for my plants. So I'm finally gonna do another repotting video. I know I've been slow on uploading videos. It's just been harder in my new place because it's smaller. But this is just gonna be a nice little relaxing video. Maybe you can repot some plants too, or get some chores done while you're watching this. That's what I usually do with things like this, with people I like to watch. But I am going to repot my angel wing begonia and my variegated umbrella tree, along with a few others. Some of these plants haven't been repotted in years. Some of them are new and have never left their nursery pot. So it should be kind of an interesting video, but yeah, let's get going. So, I don't have a fancy mix right now for my plants. I have just potting mix and perlite and cocoa coir. But I am going to do kind of a major upgrade for my begonia, just because so many cuttings and things come off of her, and she hasn't had a repotting in so long. Also, I might insert a clip here of where I broke her last pot. I was trying to move her to like sweep under her or something, and the whole ceramic pot just fell over, which sucked to clean up. So she's been in a little smaller plastic pot for the time being once that happened, so it was the only other thing I had. This one's just another plastic pot, but I think it'll do because begonias like to be pretty wet. So I'll add some of the other things to what I have right now. It's maybe like a third full. And this is my begonia right here. This is gonna be a little tricky to get out of this pot. But we're gonna make do because I can't put this off any longer. Also, this is my perlite. I am gonna be a little careful pouring this because I know it gets really dusty. Hold my breath. Cocoa coir. So now I usually like to make kind of like a divot in the soil, and then I'll add more soil on top. Let's tackle this begonia. Oh, she just came right out. So, honestly not too root bound. But we'll see how she does. You see all of this? I think I'm gonna try and find a better spot for her, because those of you who know, the reason I am double wing begonia is because of this plant right here. She is one of my all-time favorites. She's always been so kind to me, always like bloomed. And right now I feel like I'm not being very nice to her. I also don't want to like do too much to this plant and then shock her too much or something. And I'm just gonna try and add more soil. I think for right now that's pretty good. She's not super high up in the pot, but I think this is okay. I just don't have a lot of soil and I have a lot of plants who need it. So we're gonna make do with what we have, and all of her old roots are covered. She has some new soil to work with, so I think overall this is a good thing. Anyways, onto my umbrella tree. Let me just look around and decide which pot I'm gonna actually use. Just move my scissors. Okay guys, now we are finally going to repot my umbrella tree. You can't tell she's a little sideways, just a little bit. I think I've only put this in this pot since I got it, besides the nursery pot that it came in. This one I also think I'm gonna do kind of like a double upscale. It is a tree, I think it'll be okay, and she's so overly large But I think she just needs the stability of this bigger pot. So, I don't know if you can see the whole thing. Just trying to show you. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add some soil and then some perlite and some cocoa coir. And then I'll stick her in there, top her off a little bit. And over time, I am going to try and straighten her out more with some stakes. Slowly but surely, I think she'll straighten out a little bit more and be easier to manage. She won't be so topsy-turvy, won't be so likely to fall over. So I feel bad that I haven't been making as many videos as I would like to. If it was up to me and I had the time, I would be making at least one a week. But it's been hard because before I was looking for a new job, and now I've started a new job, but my commute's a little bit long and I'm still getting used to it, so it's hard just to schedule around that right now. I'm just kind of trying to make my ends meet and not trying to put too much pressure on myself while I'm getting used to this new schedule. But I'm hoping very soon I will get back onto a schedule kind of like what I had for a little bit, where I do one once a week. But right now, you're gonna kind of be lucky to get one once a month. I'm really hoping by January though. So, there she is. I think she's gonna be a lot happier in here. And I'll probably have an update too of how I straighten this out. Maybe I'll make that another video along with like some other quirky things I've been doing to some of my plants. But let me look. I'm looking at a plant right now behind you guys that I've been in desperate need of repotting. It actually looks hilarious right now. So I definitely want to get to that one too, but maybe I'll switch around a few more. But I will be right back with another plant. I mean, come on, that's kind of ridiculous. She deserves better than this. This is my euphorbia. I'm trying to think of what the nickname is for this. I will put it down below if I remember to. But I'm thinking, like, doesn't that just look like a happier place? I'm gonna stick a rock in the bottom just to cover that hole a bit. I've had this plant for at least 2 years. I would say probably 3 now. And other than its nursery pot, it's only been in here. It used to be at the first job I got after graduating college. It was on my desk there for a while. And it never grew because there was no natural light. I just kind of brought it just to have something. So she's actually doing a lot better now. I'm just gonna make sure she's more compact in here because she's so top heavy. I do not want her falling over. Okay, you guys. The little tray too. This looks so much better. This was just a pot I got for like $2 at Michael's. If you're a planty person and you need to shop for cheap pots that aren't that big, go to Michael's craft store. They have pots for like $1. And you know, they're not that interesting, they're just terracotta, but terracotta doesn't look bad. So, I don't know how you propagate these. These might be ones where you can like cut the tops off. And then, they are like a cacti, so you probably can do that. But, maybe I'll look it up and try that with you guys too. Okay, y'all. Here we have my pink princess philodendron. When I got this, people were telling me like, oh, that's so basic, but I mean, look at her. She's still beautiful. You can be basic but beautiful. I'm going to repot her finally out of her nursery pot into this black one that I also got from Michael's. So let me get another rock. Ever since I really got on like the plant hype train, I've always thought plants were really cool, but then when I started watching people online, like Becca de la Plants and like Wild Fern, I just realized there were so many more plants that I could obsess over, and it was amazing. It just like opened a world for me. I was like, oh my god, I want that, I want that. But most of them weren't at my local nurseries at the time. I could only order them online for like $50 to $200 because those plants weren't in high demand, so I would never find them. If I saw the plants I see now in stores like 2 years ago, I would have freaked out. Also, just so people know my opinion about soil, I know some people are like, oh, you should not use Miracle-Gro or that cheap stuff. I use that cheap stuff a lot, and most of my plants look great. So I would just tell you to use what you want. You know, maybe if you were trying to grow crops or plants that you would want to eat, I would say maybe don't go for something super cheap, because what goes in the plant will in the end go into you. But for something like a house plant, I don't know, I think it's fine. Yeah, she's definitely gonna need a stake. Here she is. She's a little cutie. I got her on my birthday this year. So I know there's at least one more that I want to do. That is my panda paw succulent, but I'm trying to think of what I should pot it in. Like, I might even just put it in this right now. I don't know if I have anything else good. I'm gonna look around for a sec and see if there's anything else I can switch around the pots with, and then I'll get back with you. Here she is. You see how lanky she is though? I don't know why the name is escaping me, because I haven't done these videos in so long. But I'm just gonna go with her. I have cuttings of her already. I can bring her back to life if I need to. So, just to reiterate, this guy is going into here. I'd like to ask y'all too if you have any begonia recommendations, like any other begonias that I don't have. Any recommendations on other begonias would be so appreciated. Now that I've started a new job, I can invest more in my plants. I'll definitely probably add this one to a propagation video at least, because once I cut these, my begonia will start to get more leaves down here like she is right now. That's usually how it goes. So I'm not too worried about her in this bigger pot, but I'm hoping she gets enough light. I've been keeping her near a bunch of grow lights, and she still loses a bunch of leaves, which is kind of concerning. But I don't see any pests, so I think it's all just light and, I don't know, maybe like trauma for moving, but it's been a few months now, so I don't think it should be that. But there's another. So maybe, should I put her in this tomato can? You know what? Yeah, I think I'm going tomato can. Be back in a second. So I'm gonna get closer just because she's kind of floppy. I don't want to be too harsh with her. You can see she's really flopping over. She's kind of like topping out of her pot. So this is like a do or die situation. I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of perlite in. She should stem back up pretty easily. And I think she would just die very quickly anyways if I left her in this. Add a little bit more fresh soil on top. Okay, she's still a little top heavy because her root system is not substantial. Would you like a tomato? But I think this will be a lot better. I hope you like it. Anyways, let's see if I have anything else to do. Okay, you guys, that's actually going to be the end of this video. So I'll keep you guys updated on what I repotted tonight. If you like this video, please make sure to leave a comment down below of any other plants that you recommend that I look into. Yeah, you know, just let me know how you're doing. Thank you guys so much for sticking around with me because I haven't been that active on here. And if you want to see more, visit my Instagram at Begonia. I will see you in the next one.